much energy. Too much. It's Wednesday. It's 7:30ish. You're joining us here at the Sourcewell live on YouTube and SoundCloud and iTunes and
everywhere you get your podcasts.
Everywhere. Chocolate says hello. How are you guys doing?
Well, after that intro, feeling great.
Yeah.
Feeling great.
Feeding off that energy, boy.
Oh yeah.
How are
Big
you?
up the Sean's. I'm okay. Midweek though, you know when midweek and you're just like, I just want to sleep.
Yeah.
I have to say, at work today, work flew by. It was a decent day.
That's good.
It was cool. Like now I'm at home. So,
there you go.
Cool.
Man's living the life of Riley over there.
Yeah, man. Then I got to do it again tomorrow. Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, let's not think about that right now. We're just gonna have a geek moment.
Yeah.
Live our best lives in the geek.
I need to change this hat.
Oh,
that's a good hat, man. It's a good hat.
It is a good hat. It got the grey going. What?
Is it? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Cool.
Sometimes guys need a little bit of, reassurance. No, the Wu-Tang is better. Yeah. It's like Magneto upside down. What? But yes.
So, what's everyone been watching or reading this week?
I have not been reading anything.
Do you know what? I don't know what it is, but this week I've read a couple things, but normally I read probably about 13, 14 comics.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But this
I've never really counted.
5. Well, it's a bit easier for me because I download them.
Oh yeah.
From
okay.
Comixology,
Yeah.
so I can see like what I've read and it's normally about 14, 15, but this week it was like 5 or something like that.
Okay.
So it's been a bit of a rocky week. It's a bit slow.
This week, if I was to count, I mean this week we're in, not including last week, I've read I think I've read about 3.
3.
Maybe 2. I'm pushing it at 3. I think it's been 2 to be honest.
Yeah.
Well, I'm the graphic novel person, so
you're just binge watching box sets is what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm just watching box
episodes
sets.
like
And then but I am chewing through Netflix, I'm not gonna lie, doing like the Star Trek and then The Good Place and then Hero Mask and stuff like that. Yeah.
Have you been watching the new season of Star Trek Discovery? Yeah.
I'm gonna watch that come summertime.
Yeah.
Man's gonna watch it in November. Like,
Do you know? I must say though, Tilly is really annoying. She's really annoying me, man.
She cracks
Is she
me
the
up,
ginger friend?
Yeah. She's kind of sort of turning into like that crazy scientist.
Yeah.
Of, like just pushing the boundaries, and you're like, Tilly, calm your ass down.
Calm down, love. Calm down.
No one's trying to get sucked into no black hole. No one. Okay. But it's good. Yeah. Netflix has been okay. Camera, can you let me live? Thank you. No, Netflix has been just been binge watching Netflix shows, and that's it. So big up Netflix. Thanks. Feel free to sponsor us if you want to. Yes. But yes, what we got going on?
What's good today?
So I've been reading. What I did read this week. I read X-Force. And X-Force is issue 2. So basically, what's been happening in X-Force, as you may or may not know, spoilers by the way. Based on extermination that happened, X-Men extermination. Basically Ahab had come from the future and from the future to the present day, and we had all the old X-Men, the time displaced X-Men. It was basically a way of getting them killed and starting again. So Ahab came, he killed off a storm that wasn't actually from their timeline, but from a different timeline, and she was kind of like a vampire type storm. Cyclops was a bit peed up about it.
As you would be, you know what I mean?
As you would be. And someone was actually kidnapping the old school X-Men, the time displaced X-Men.
Oh, wow.
We was thinking it was Ahab, but actually it was Cable. But
Wow.
it wasn't Cable because
was this a tie into
yeah, so it wasn't Cable, it was a younger Cable. And while the younger Cable was, I think it was Iceman he was kidnapping at the time, but while he was kidnapping him, he decided to kill his older self because he wasn't doing his job properly.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Marvel, what are you doing? Like,
Extermination was pretty good.
yeah.
Basically, someone else is back, which I believe Karen will be speaking about in a sec. But someone else is back, and because this younger Cable killed the older Cable had a team called X-Force, and the X-Force is back, but they have to work with the younger Cable now to do a mission because older Cable isn't there, and they're pissed off with this younger Cable, and there's some madness going on. So,
wow. If you're not a geek, you're just listening to this like, what?
What the hell's going on? This is comics, man.
Gibberish.
This is comics. So X-Force has got Warpath in it, Deadlock, Cannonball, Domino, and I always forget his name. The Shatterstar. So the team's back together, but now they're with the younger Cable, who nobody really trusts. And what happened in the last issue was they're in a country called Transia, and the dictator slash general there, he kind of had it. He kind of made it seem like it was a mutant haven, but it's actually a he doesn't like mutants at all. So he's kidnapping a lot of mutants from his country for some nefarious reason. So X-Force has got involved to try and look for what is actually happening and what's going on, because his soldiers are actually using weapons from the younger Cable's future. So that's why they're all kind of involved now. In this issue, though, it's been pretty good because you kind of find out what has happened. What has been going on, where they got the weapons from, and why the dictator is actually kidnapping mutants. Obviously, he's doing other experiments for something. But yeah, I mean, the comic, I definitely recommend it because it is kind of, like I said, at the moment, X-Men is kind of coming back in a sense that the stories are typical old school X-Men stories. And this X-Force is a typical old school X-Force story. And, you know, there's a lot going on with this. It's very interesting. The artwork itself is good, but it isn't great. Okay. It catches me. But when I first read the first issue, I was kind of like, "Ooh, I'm not too sure." But now I'm kind of used to it, and I kind of like it now. The artist is Dylan Burnett, and obviously this is by Ed Bryson as well. So X-Force issue 2.
Ooh, pretty on the iPad.
Yeah. So pick it up if you can.
Cool.
Yeah. So speaking of X-Men, and
I feel so ill prepared.
It's speak from the heart, man. Speak from the heart.
Oh my days. I'm going to be real with you listeners out there. Kingdom Hearts just came out. Kingdom Hearts 3.
I think you should review that instead of the...
I've been waiting 15 years for this game, so I've just been a bit lax on the comic books right now. So
how is Kingdom Hearts? How is it?
Kingdom Hearts is on the dopeness. It's got the charm back that it had from the first game, but I digress. I am going to review the X-Men, Uncanny X-Men annual. But Rich, I need your backup. So basically, it starts off with an X-Man who died. Not X-Man, but an X-Man who died sometime back.
Full spoilers, by the way.
Yeah, full spoilers. You're gonna get spoil up, yes. Someone who died a stupid death, a death that actually angered me when I read it. What was this in 2016?
Yeah.
Because of those
2017. It was last year.
Was it last year? No.
I'm sure it was last year.
Or late 2017?
Yeah, maybe.
Between late 2017 and early 2018. Because of those backside Inhumans. Because this was back when Marvel didn't have Fox. Marvel didn't have the X-Men. So they were trying to just get rid of the X-Men and shove the backside Inhumans down our throats.
Yeah.
And what did they do? Yeah. They did this stupid storyline where the Terrigen Mist was killing off mutants, and it killed off Cyclops.
Yeah.
Scott Summers himself.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
His cousin Buffy was not happy. she got depressed. She couldn't slay vampires. It was a mess.
Oh no.
So
no.
But now this particular comic book, which is either 2 years or a year later, finds him. It actually starts off really well. It shows his grave. It was something like, I forgot what it said in the grave, but it was really good.
Sorry to interrupt. Yeah, it was 2016, man. Jeez.
Was it 2016?
Wow. Yeah, time.
Jiminy Cricket.
Boy.
Yeah,
he's flying. But yeah.
Yeah. So.
The grave.
So yeah, his graveyard. Sorry. You see Scott Summers' graveyard, and then you see like his optic blast just kind of blast through it, and he climbs out, and he's just like, but how? I remember that bit. So I thought that was really good. Like I think I just looked at that imagery and read that bit a good 3 times before I turned the page.
The thing about it though, what kind of annoyed me about that scene is that he's actually buried in his uniform, in his Cyclops uniform. He's not even in a suit or anything. Yeah,
couldn't they just give him that dignity? But I suppose going back what Cable said, Emma Frost just buried him. Do you know what I mean? She didn't give him a proper burial. She just wait a minute. That's what he said, but he was in his grave. Because remember, see, this is why I wish I had the comic. I reviewed it. Anyway. I might have to give this a secondary review come next week.
That's fine.
I mean, what the main thing with it is it kind of goes back and forth, doesn't it? Because it then went on to like several years ago when he saved someone's life.
Yeah,
and see him in his old school costume as well, right?
Yeah, that's where we'll just go from. He basically, it shows him back. He was in Cambridge. Or an American place, a British place in an American place.
Yeah,
I think it was Cambridge, and I think he was just passing by. He felt like he needed to go there. They didn't actually elaborate on why he needed to go there. He just felt like he was cool there, and he ends up
voice in his head nudging him to go there,
which I thought was a bit suspect.
Yeah,
but he ends up saving this college, this university from a giant robot. Turns out this giant robot was being controlled by the scientists that used to work at the university. And it was because this scientist students had basically snitched on him. I wouldn't say snitched on him. because of the way he was teaching was a bit unorthodox. And it turned out it was this one
PC69 him.
Snitch 9. Hashtag Snitch 9.
No.
Turns out it was this one particular student who was the one who told.
Yeah.
So Cyclops saved his life personally, like it was his life that he saved. I forgot the kid's name. And then years later, as Rich was just talking about, young Cable, basically goes to this kid and is like, I need you to fix this. And it was it's like something to trap the Phoenix Force.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Basically, he needed him to fix that, miniaturize it. Then we go back in time again.
Yeah.
To when Cyclops briefly came back to life, when Jean came back to life.
Right, yeah.
They should just call the comics X-Men Resurrections.
There's already been an X-Men Resurrections, I'm sure.
Oh my days.
Actually, there was. That's where Jean came back, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
I know my comic books. And they put this miniaturized thing in Scott when he died. When he came back and died that time. And I think he had siphoned enough Phoenix Force energy to bring it back this time. Because
during I can't remember if it was X-Men versus Avengers, or it wasn't a different one, but Scott Summers, Colossus, and a couple of other people, Neymar as well, they had the Phoenix Force in them. So from what I can remember, I think it was either through that or from when he came back and Jean Grey kissed him. He got some, that's it. So they put the device in him, knowing that Jean Grey will come and kiss
it was
him.
that time.
Yeah. And then when
he siphoned off some of the Phoenix Force to go into that little miniature thing to bring him back this time, which works like a charm. But it was I don't think we said it was the
comic.
Yeah, worked like a comic, yeah. And I don't think we said it was the kid that he saved, that young Cable went back to, who he got to help make this device. And then Cable basically kept him locked up. Because he needed to make sure because Scott Summers has done a lot. If you know Scott Summers from like the 90s cartoons and like he's done a lot now. He was pretty much turned villain. To be honest, he basically turned into Magneto, where Magneto was like fighting with the X-Men, which was funny. And he kind of lost his way. And even the guy who he saved was like, I heard about all this stuff that was going on with Cyclops, but I just kept hope that he would, someday go back to the guy who saved me when he was a kid. And then eventually, Cable decides, he's going to let Cyclops out, but he has a choice to make. Basically, the guy who he put away, the scientist from the university, was being let out of prison. Bear in mind, it's 13 years
about
later.
20 years, and something like that. 20 years
I think, just under a decade or so later, or past something. Anyway, he gets out, and what Cable had done when the scientists had got home, left a note on one of his robots with the kid's address, full details of his address. I had to actually go back and say, wait, what was the name on that, and find out this kid's name again. But he left all his details on one of his robots. And then Cable said in Cyclops, basically the X-Men are fighting X-Man right now. They're in real danger. They really need help because they may not make it. But on the other hand, the kid who just helped bring you back to life is about to get killed by the guy who he put in prison. You have to make a choice. Which one are you going to save?
Wow.
And then the Cyclops is like, why? What? He's like, no, why are you doing this? He's like, and Cable's like, because I need to make sure that I've brought you back for the right reasons, or something like that. Basically making sure that it was worth bringing him back, and that he's not still the same selfish person as when he died.
Yeah.
And Cyclops made the right decision. He went and he saved the kid. He destroyed it. He was funny because he said to the scientists, "You'd think after 20 odd years in prison, you'd hide your handicap." I thought that was quite funny. So he optic blast his metal thinking cap thing and sent the guy back to prison. The kid was happy that he saved him and he saved his family again. And then it goes back to them on the beach. It was the beach where they had the Avengers versus X-Men.
Yeah.
Where he killed Xavier. Yeah. And he was just saying, and I like this. I know this is a very subpar review, but I actually did like it because this seems like it's going to be the beginning of Cyclops' redemption from what he's done in the past. That's what I
got as well.
Because he was going. They mentioned everything that he had done wrong, killing Charles Xavier, kind of almost becoming Magneto to a point.
Yeah.
And he was just willing. He was just willing to do anything it took because because mutants were pretty much becoming extinct, and this has been going on from since House of M. That was years ago. Mutants were becoming extinct. Cyclops just felt, I need to preserve my race because no one else is going to do it, and he just lost his way. Instead of fighting for human and mutant equality, he was just fighting for mutant supremacy, basically.
And the other thing that I got from it as well is because, like I said in my review, it's the younger Cable that's come back and he's killed off the older Cable.
Yeah.
And the thing is, a lot of people don't know actually, or misread it, but Jean Grey isn't Cable's father.
Mother. No,
sorry.
Madeline Pratt.
I hope not. I was like, what?
Jean Grey, you are not.
You are not the mother. it's actually Madeline Pryor.
Madeline Pryor, clone.
But Scott Summers obviously is the father. But saying that, they haven't necessarily been in his life throughout his childhood years as well. There was a series called Slim and Red, I think. I've got it somewhere, and it just shows them in the future, like kind of bringing him up, and like it's a bit like the missing years of Jesus. Like there's a certain amount of years that are missing, and no one knows what happened. So again, I think the way that they're moving with X-Men, with having younger Cable, could be really interesting in the fact that they have another chance to kind of explain a few things, and even grow with Cable as well, and teach him, or he can teach them, and things like just have a proper relationship with their son as well. So for me, I've got a good feeling about X-Men in the next few years, man.
I don't think young Cable was gonna last because it's comic books. Like Cable is, do you know what I mean?
I don't know.
I think he will last long enough for us to kind of grow to like him, and for us to learn more about him, and just for him to become like a new staple at Marvel. And he seems like a pretty cool character. What I like actually is that Cable, like let's call him Cable Prime.
The older
one, older Cable, old man Cable. All right, we'll go
no.
So
old man Cable.
There's too many old man starting, man.
I like Cable Prime.
All right, so Cable Prime. It's funny how it never occurred to him to kind of like bring Scott back in this way and try to redeem his dad. He just let it go on. But young Cable's like seeing what's going on in the future. He's like, why is my older self this stupid?
You know and that's why he killed him.
Yeah, that's it's like I'm not growing into that. Let me get rid of that. I love it.
That's true.
That's a good review, man. But
thumbs up.
Thank you.
One last thing though. Just saying that after the episode that you just reviewed, this is the next issue.
I know. I'm waiting for that. I was checking my orders to see if I actually already have them, because I'm like, I know they're on the shelves.
Yeah.
And they've been shipped, and I saw that cover, and I was like, "Oh my days! I can't wait to get that."
It's a variant cover though. That's
I know it's a variant, but still, I know it's just those two, and I'm just crazy excited for that. The last thing I was gonna say, just on this review, and then we can move on because I feel like it's been a while, and Isha still has to do. It's just that I like that Scott has the memories of his younger self that came to the future. I thought that was a nice touch. It's like now he remembers going to the future.
Yeah.
And the thing is, if his younger self had grown up there, it would have been a crazy time paradox. But now, because they were sent back, he now has those memories. Yeah, it was genius writing. That was. I love it.
So that happened at the end of Extermination.
Yeah.
All the time displaced X-Men went back and somehow got their memories in place in the X-Men and the Prime X-Men. So
so very nice. Yay! Oh yeah. Oh, it's my turn now.
Yeah, it's your turn.
No, that was a good review. I was enjoying myself. Okay, so my review is obviously from Image Comics because I'm obsessed with them, and it's called Farmhand. It's really good. It's by, what is your name? Rob Galliores. Yeah, him. It's by Rob. It's Rob, okay? We're just going to call him Rob. So basically, there's this there's a guy. Yeah, his name is Jediah. Yeah, he's a farmer. He had farming in his family for the longest time. But he wasn't a very good farmer. Yeah. And then one day there was a flash of light and someone gave him the vision of great farming. And he combined human organs and how to grow them like plants. So he set up shop as a massive pharmaceutical medical facility farm thing. And now he's growing human feet, hands, eyeballs, tongues, anything you think of that you need as a human being, he grows it. And what it does, it's actually quite funny. Like, wait, and because obviously he gives it to like people who have lost limbs and stuff like that. It's really good, but how it works is a little bit gruesome. So, like, there's a scene here where this guy, he's trying to infiltrate the actual the compound, and but he hasn't got an arm. So Jediah's like, all right, cool. You know what I mean? Whoever sent you, whatever, but you haven't got an arm. I think they're using you. I can help you out. And basically the arm looks like a monster and eats his body, but in a good way. So it attaches himself to his body and then becomes his arm. It's very, very nice. But obviously there's a sinister side because Jediah hasn't spoken to his family in a little while. His son came back, and he's trying to like rekindle that love and friendship, whatever, kinship with, his son. But I think Jediah's got a dark secret, it starts to unfold. I don't want to spoil it because I feel like you like it's really, 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 really.
It does sound good though.
Yeah.
If you don't want to spoil it, how many geeks? Is this the first volume?
This is the first volume. Yeah.
How many geeks would you give this out of 5?
I would actually give this a 5 out of 5.
Ooh. 5 out of 5 geeks. Damn.
Only because okay, so the guy who Rob made Chew. I reviewed Chew ages ago. Chew is so funny. Like the little things that they put in, like especially in the background as well. Like you have to read the background as well as obviously reading the foreground.
Yeah.
And this is just another level of comedy, but still has that sinister edge to it. You know what I mean? Kind of thing. So I would say it's a 5 out of 5. Like just based on just really good writing, and it's nice to see a black farmer. I mean,
the farmer's got a black guy as well.
Yeah, it's this black guy and this black sister, like his black daughter and his black son. It's like, I'm like, these people look like me. That's cool. So it's that on that aspect, it's nice. The story is really good. Like there's a lots of like twists and turns, and you know what I mean, that are really good. And it's so funny. Like the pettiness in there is just absolutely hilarious. So if you get a chance to, please pick up Farmhand by Rob Gilalaris. Yeah. Gallio. You know what? Just Rob in it. Just by Rob, the guy who made Chew. Just go into any comic book shop and be like, the guy who made Chew. I need the comic, the Farmhand comic. No, it's really, really good. It's a really good one. And obviously the animation. Sorry, the drawing is really cool. Wait, I need to show you like one aspect. Like it's really like it's just so good, and it's gruesome and dark, and my camera won't let me live. But yeah. Yeah. So if you like stuff like that, go pick up Farmhand. I would give it a 5 out of 5 because I really like it.
That's
Source Water approved.
Yeah, that is definitely source. If it's 5 out of 5, that's definitely source water approved.
Source Water approved. I am on the side note, so like reading Void Trip, and I'm lost. I've never been lost reading a comic before in my entire life. I'm lost, fam. I need a minute. I might review it next week, but I'm not happy. But yes, let's move on.
All right. So the pool list for today. We've got another one of yours actually.
Yes.
Not from Image though.
Oh, no, it's not.
Yeah, it's not from Dark Horse. It's not from Image. It's from Dark Horse.
It's a Dark Horse, yes.
The Girl in the Bay, issue 1.
Yes, Girl in the Bay by J.M.
Matisse,
Mr. Howl, and published by Dark Horse. Yeah, see, this is why Rich is always forever modelling up words because people ain't got normal names no more. Right, okay, so in 1969, 16-year-old girl called Kathy was brutally attacked. We're upset for Kathy. Her body was hurled into the Brooklands Bay, and then miraculously, she survives and fights her way back to the surface, only to discover that is 50 years have passed and a doppelganger has been living her entire life in her place. So Kathy's like, wagwan for that. Yeah. And she confronts her, but there's a madman who murdered her 5 decades ago, and we need to find out who he is, what he's been doing and why she's been missing for so long. And, you know, but she's on a time limit, because if she doesn't find out, then she's going to turn into a ghost. And then she's not going to be able to do nothing, because obviously ghosts don't do nothing. So, you know what I mean? That's Girl in the Bay. And that's how I tell you about Girl in the Bay.
That sounded all right, actually.
Yeah, it's getting some,
I like the sound of that.
some hits as well. Like comicbook.com, they got sent a trailer. So if you go on their site, you can view the trailer for that comic as well. So
nice.
the artwork looks great as well.
But yeah, it's really good as well. So nice
Issue 1.
story.
Yeah.
Dark Horse Comics, we're coming for you. Yeah.
Yes, next one is Female Furies, issue 1 of 6. So if you guys don't know, the Female Furies, who are they? They are a force from Apocalypse, the female force from Apocalypse, who, as we all know, is ruled by Darkseid.
Darkseid. There you go.
Darkseid.
Why?
So, Female Fury, this name I am going to butcher because I'm bad at pronunciations.
Granny goodness.
No, so it's by Cecile Castellucci.
That was all right, yeah.
All right. Adriana Mello and Francisco Matina. Obviously, this is by DC Comics. All their lives, the Female Furies have been risen to be the meanest, most cunning, and most ruthless fighting force on all of Apocalypse. So why are Granny Goodness's girls left behind every time the men go to war? With the might of New Genesis hanging around over the planet, and the Forever People making mincemeat out of Darkseid's army, Granny thinks it's about time that change. And so, Big Barda, Ariel, Mad Harriet, Mad Harriet, Lashina, Bernadette, and Stomper set out to beat the boys at their own game. Little do they know the game is rigged, and one accidental murder could spell disaster for them all.
Dun dun dun.
If you guys don't know as well, Female Furies is basically a birth of Jack Kirby, who created the Fourth World characters. So, yeah, a bit of him coming back to life now.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Cool. 1 of 6 as well.
1 of 6. So,
not bad.
See how it goes. Next one is Old Man. Like I said, there's a lot of old. This one does sound interesting, though.
Nah, man.
It does. Old Man Quill.
Really?
1 of 12. Yeah. So Peter Quill, Peter Quill. He used to be Star-Lord. You know, the legendary outlaw. But it's been quite some time since he's gone by that name. Taken over from his father, and the Emperor of Spartax. Quill put the life of spacefaring adventure behind him for one of leadership and responsibility. Quill grew up, but things didn't go as planned. Decades has passed, and Peter is haunted by a tragedy. Down and out, Quill's existence means nothing until the former Guardians of the Galaxy drag Peter out of his funk for the one last mission, the heist of a lifetime, and Quill's harrowing quest of redemption begins here. This one's by Ethan Sachs, Robert Gill, John Tyler Christopher, and Ethan, someone who's just called Ethan.
Okay, well,
we like that name, thanks.
Well, you go do your thing, Quill.
Yeah.
We're tired of the old men, okay?
Yeah.
Well, keep that over there, man.
You know, come on now.
Old Man Logan's gonna die soon, so we need another old man.
Harley Quinn's got you covered, man.
No way.
Oh my days. For anyone who, if that went over anybody's head, there's an old woman Harley or something like that.
Yeah, old woman Harley.
Ugh, God, whatever.
That was such a despair.
I know one that would get him excited though. Young Justice issue 2.
Ooh.
I don't have any Young Justice figures.
But
yeah, man.
Brian Michael Bendis, Patrick Gleason, and Emmanuel
Lappuccino. Is he for real with that name? All right, well, good for you.
The new team, super team, unites as Robin, Tim Drake, Wonder Girl, Teen Lantern, and Ginny Hex join forces to help Amethyst free. Do you want to read this?
Yeah,
you know the character voice.
In a year.
Wait. The new Teen Titans Super Team unites as Robin, Tim Drake, Wonder Girl, Teen Lantern, and Ginny Heck join forces to help Amethyst free Gem World from those who can control it. In another section of the strange dimension, Connor, Kent, and Impulse find themselves taken captive. But if this is really Superboy, why isn't he putting up a fight with his friend and former teammate against the bad guys? This is Young Justice, issue 2 by DC Comics. The D is for D's nuts.
All right, cool.
I think we all have to do our co-op call-ins like that. I won't accept anything less.
All right, last one. Batman issue 64. The Last Cold Case, part 1. The two greatest detectives in the DC universe take on the one cold case that will tear them apart. As chief architect of the Sanctuary program that cost so much for so many, especially Wally West, Batman will be held accountable by the Flash. A cold case from the Justice League's past has mysteriously reopened, and Batman and the Flash, the only two heroes who stand a chance of cracking the case, are at each other's throats. Our heroes must combat the demon from the past while burying their own inner demons in the process. And neither of the world's greatest detective nor the fastest man alive will ever be the same again. But who is really pulling the strings here? And how does Gotham Girl fit into all of this? Friendships will be tested and blood will be spilt in this titanic crossover event.
By DC Comics. The D stands for D's nuts.
That's written by Joshua Williams, Gilliam March, and Chris Burnham. So those are the comics.
That's the pull list, everybody.
Yeah, those are the comics we recommend you pick up today.
Yeah,
Comic Book Wednesday. You pick those up. The Girl in the Bay, Female Furies, Old Man Quill, Justice League issue 2, and Batman issue 64. There wasn't that much comic news. There wasn't really any comic news.
It's been a bit weak this week.
Yeah, but there has been a lot of movie news. New things of
TV shows,
TV shows, and a few trailers as well. So we'll start with.
We're gonna talk about all of it.
We're gonna talk through all of it. First one is, if you can't remember, we spoke about this quite a few issues ago actually. But Why the Last Man? It's actually got a series order by FX. So this one is going to be done by Fox. It's an adaptation by Brian K. Vaughan and Pierre Guerreras. Why the Last Man? But it's actually going to go by the name Why. So
of course it is.
Yeah. And it's slated to debut in 2020, so next year sometime.
Ooh.
Damn.
Yeah. The executive producer, Ada Mashika Coral and Michael Green, in a joint statement with Deadline, said Brian and Pierre's exploration of A World Without Men is a favorite for its depth, its humor, its insight, and its monkey. Adapted today, it offers us a cracked mirror to look at our own very cracked world. We thank them for their trust. We thank VFX. We thank FX for their support. It's work coming out. And we thank the casting gods for letting us work with this incredible group of actors.
Ooh.
So yeah,
Who have they cast?
We did speak about that actually. I can't remember who it was though, but they did cast Yuri. I think it was. That's his name, right?
Oh, Uric.
Yeah,
yeah. And his monkey is called Ampersand.
Nice.
Strange.
Yeah. I think I remember you saying that before. It's ringing a bell now.
Ringing a bell, yeah.
Yeah.
That should be cool. We'll see what happens when things start happening and stuff starts to do, and we'll let you know when things start happening and stuff starts to do.
Yeah. Review. But the comics are good, so read the comics. They're just fat. They're fat. Like, it's just like you need a minute. You need a couple of minutes, but they're good comics. Okay.
Sweet. Next thing on the list is something you'll be happy about. Batman Beyond is getting an animated film.
Look
at that's the wrong Batman though.
It's the only one I got, right? God. Actually, there's a Mezco. There's a Mezco. Is it a Collector 12 or a Mezco Batman Beyond figure that I really, really want? Like, if someone wants to invest and maybe I could do a review Mezco, and you know, if you want to send it to me, send it to my people. My people will get back to me and they'll get back to you, and I'll have the figure and I'll review the figure and I'll give it a good score whether I like it or not because I want the figure.
There you go.
Nice.
Yeah, boy. Yes.
So, Warner Brothers is apparently developing an animated Batman Beyond movie for theatrical release, not for just DVD or Blu-ray.
Oh yeah.
So, if you don't know, Batman Beyond was an animated series that came out, which ran between 1999 and 2001. It was based on the future years of a new Batman, guided by 30 years in the future, guided by Bruce Wayne, an old man Bruce Wayne.
Old man Bruce Wayne.
Oh my days.
His name was Terry McGinnis and it was all a future kind of
Neo Gotham. It was Gotham was called.
Was he the one with the spiky ears, with the blue bit?
No,
wasn't it?
There was
no.
blue.
Who am I thinking of?
Are you thinking of Spider-Man 2099? Maybe.
No, you're thinking of Batwing. Batwing's got
okay, that's
Batwing, and Batwing is black.
Yes, he is. Sorry, I'm bad. I'm definitely not a DC person, so don't judge me. Go ahead.
So apparently some concept art was leaked online, and that's basically how people have tried are finding out that this is happening.
I'm excited about this. I'm wondering if it's going to take place after. Well, I suppose it would. Anything would. Or if they would even allude to it. The Joker Returns.
Could be.
Because I don't expect the Joker or anything like that to be in it, but because Tim Drake killed him. But
spoiler.
If you've not seen the Joker Returns or the Return of the Joker or wherever it's called, you got something to do this Saturday. Sorry, go on.
Apparently, this should be they're going to begin production in 2020, and it should be released in 2022.
It's too far away, man. Don't be telling me that. I don't want to know. Unless it's coming at the end of the year, me no want to know.
Yeah.
No.
Anyway, it's still good news. That's really
cool. Don't fear, because you're going to have pure Batman in you, or
Okay, we're going off on a tangent. Go ahead.
The reason why is because the Batman has got a release date now.
Finally, it's coming to me.
Apparently, Batman should be coming out in June of 2021.
Okay, that's not too bad.
And Ben Affleck won't be Batman.
Oh my God! This is horrible news. No, I'm joking. I mean, let's be real. He didn't want to do it. We didn't want him to do it. I didn't want him to be Batman in the first place. I was pleasantly surprised in like when he was Batman in Batman v Superman.
Yeah,
but I'm happy for him not to be Batman.
Yeah,
Move over. I want someone younger.
I think he was
prime of his career. No, sorry, go on.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but I thought he was pretty good in Batman v Superman.
Yeah, he was.
In Justice League, he wasn't Batman.
Horrible.
He wasn't Batman. But Batman v Superman, I thought, yeah, give him a chance. We've had so many different Batman movies where it's everybody knows who Batman is.
Yeah.
So maybe tell the story of an older, not an old man Batman, like in Batman of the Future, or
which is seasoned.
Yeah, just a seasoned Batman. You know, and
you know what would have been sick. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, go on. Oh, no, go on.
No, what would have been sick is if they had brought back Michael Keaton and had him as like old school Batman.
Well, the thing is,
him trying to recruit like Robin from the last.
The thing is, there was talk. Somebody, I can't remember if it was Kevin Smith who actually wanted that. Was it Kevin? Somebody was talking about that movie that it should happen, where they should do Batman Beyond, Batman of the Future. Yeah. Have him be old Bruce Wayne and training Terry McGinnis. I think that would be a sick movie.
That would be
sick.
Michael Keaton would kill that role.
Yeah, he would.
His acting chops are just like, I don't know what's going on with this man's acting. I watched Spider-Man Homecoming again recently, like a few weeks back.
Yeah.
Michael Keaton, boy.
Sickening.
Yeah, he was the best thing about that movie.
Yeah.
We love him.
So, you want to get nuts?
You want to get nuts? So this one is
Beetlejuice. Sorry.
This one will be Matt Reeves' Batman. And Matt Reeves actually, he was speaking to THR, the Hollywood Reporter. Basically, he said, it's very much a point of view driven noir Batman tale. It's told very squarely on it's told very squarely on his shoulders, and I hope it's going to be a story that will be thrilling but also emotional. It's more Batman in his detective mode than we've ever seen in the films.
Good.
The comic have a history of that. He's supposed to be the world's greatest detective, and that's not necessarily been a part of what the movies have been. I'd love this to be one where when we go onto the journey of tracking down the criminals and trying to solve a crime, it's going to allow his character to have an arc so that he can go through a transformation, which is what we have all been asking for.
I remember in one of the Nolan movies where they had him doing some nonsense with a bullet hole on the brick.
Yeah.
So I was like, this is him doing his detective. And I can't remember why that bit doesn't make sense, but it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, finally, as long as he's still brawling as well, like, you know.
Yeah.
Mix
you
it
can't
up.
have Batman without like hitting someone. Like,
just have him do forensics for 2 hours.
He's like CSI, calls up a man.
Oh, man. It'll be like CSI Miami. You've got Dick Grayson, you've got Nightwing, Red Hood, and Robin at the crime scene over a dead body. Like, Nightwing, what do you think happened? It's like, I don't know. And then Batman steps in. Well, guys, clearly someone was murdered. And it's like, oh, what are we gonna do? And he says something smart like, "We're gonna have to catch a criminal." And then, wow, dun. It's all fun and games.
All right.
Oh, that was good. Sorry, go ahead.
So, speaking of fun and games,
was it Don't Get Fooled Again? Wherever.
The Super Bowl happened last week.
Who won that? Do we know who won?
I have no idea who even was playing.
Okay.
But all I get
he was just like, I'm just there for the trailers.
Yeah, exactly.
I hope the team that deserved to win won. I really want to start getting into American football, but it's on late.
It's fake rugby. It's padded rugby.
Yeah.
People just don't know how to play rugby. Go ahead, sorry.
So a few trailers came out. A few trailers came out during the Super Bowl. I know some of you have not seen it.
Look, I'm trying. to just have complete anonymity when it comes to
anonymity.
Yeah.
Yes, I want to be surprised.
Yeah, honestly, I do as well. I mean, I'm happy for you to talk about what's in this trailer. I'm happy, so that's fine. But I just don't want to see it.
Well, I'm going to talk about it anyway.
No, go ahead.
Talk about it. Yeah.
All right. So we've had a few trailers. The ones we're going to talk, or I'm going to talk about briefly, will be Endgame, Captain Marvel, and Hobbs Shaw. Hobbs Shaw,
I really want to talk about. We're going in that one.
Oh, you saw that one, did you?
I saw that one, yeah.
Okay.
I watched that trailer twice. I was like in disbelief. Disbelief.
So, just so you know as well, the Russo brothers were talking. I think it was Collider they were talking to, and a few weeks ago they said at the moment Endgame is 3 hours long.
3 hours long. Oh my God.
That was 3 weeks ago, or 2, 3, 4 weeks ago. This time they said it's still 3 hours. So there's a lot of emotional beats going on, and they were saying that it needs that length. So this trailer, which isn't really a trailer, was 30 seconds of just shots of nothing really happening, but a lot happening, and it wasn't spoiling Jack Diddle at all. But
I don't trust nobody.
But what it did show, and apparently they're saying it, they're not showing anything more than 20 minutes, in the trailer. So whatever we see in the trailers is not more than 20 minutes in the film. So what we did see is we saw a passing shot of the city of New York. You saw the Statue of Liberty. You saw like a stadium. With the Statue of Liberty, you got loads of boats around. The stadium's really empty. It's just derelict. Like nobody's around. So it makes you wonder what's happening. It's definitely time has passed since the decimation, or when Thanos clicked his fingers.
Yes, Thanos. Sorry.
You've got Captain America speaking over, and basically he was saying some people move on, but not us. You see like a poster that's it kind of goes into like a support group kind of thing, and you see a poster that says where do we go now that they're gone. So obviously it's referring to people who's been missing. You got a sick shot of Iron Man, Tony Stark, and Nebula building something on their ship. You just see them hammering away. It's like a callback to the old school Iron Man. Yeah. What else you got? You've got the group walking across the field. You've got who's in it? Captain America.
Black Widow.
You've got Rocket. Rocket is another good thing as well. Rocket is in his original suit. So original from the comic suit. So he's got the buttoned up red lining and
the red and blue. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. He looks sick, man. He looks so sick. You got Black Widow with long hair as well, and she's shooting at something. You've got Ant-Man and War Machine. She's shooting at shooting range. Sorry. You got Ant-Man and Wolverine, War Machine, suiting up as well. Thor is standing in like a cave type. Looks like an opening of a cave. You can see like you can see greenery or forest. He's either in Wakanda or in New Asgard, or is it Iceland or Norway? One of the two.
I think it was Norway.
Yeah. You've got Hawkeye just looking up at something, and he's looking surprised. Like, I don't know whether it's a good guy, a bad guy, or whatever. And then a
lot is going on in this 30-second trailer, boy.
It's all quick. It's all quick clips. And then the second to last shot, the penultimate shot, you just got Captain America strapping his shield up again. Yeah. And then basically on the very, very last shot, you got everyone just walking across in the Avengers base, like doing that slow motion walk. It is a pretty. It does, like I said, that is pretty much what it shows. Like it's literally there's nothing. It doesn't tell anything about the story, what's going on. Everybody who's in it is people that you know are still alive, and it's a bit obvious that they're going to be doing this type of thing anyway. So yeah, the way they shot it, the way they showed it, it's kind of like
till somebody breaks down that trailer and you know it. And if you look at this frame, you'll see Captain Marvel blatantly standing there.
Well, there is a shot with them walking in the field, and there's like a space where it seems like someone could be put in, like a VFX shot of someone could be put in. So yeah, I mean, and again, like even with Infinity Wars trailer, there's a lot of shots that was in there that didn't make it to the film. So
that was
true. Yeah, that's true. But me don't want to know. Me want to see the film.
Another film that was shown was Captain Marvel.
This trailer, actually, I didn't watch it, but I don't care. I I might watch it. I don't care for spoilers for this film because it's set in the 90s. So what are you gonna tell me?
You know what? This film is looking better and better. And they did a screening I think it was last week. Did we speak about it on the podcast last week? And it's getting really good reviews.
We didn't. We spoke about how X-Men was getting bad reviews.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But Captain Marvel has been having screeners, and it's been getting really good reviews as well. The cat is supposed to be the star of the show as well for some reason.
Chewie.
But this short trailer as well, about 30 seconds. It's looking good, man. And you see Monica Rambeau in there as well, like younger Monica in it, and so definitely watch it if you can.
I'll probably go watch that one.
Yeah, if you can, man. Let's talk about Hobbs and Shaw then.
Right. What is Fast and the Furious doing? Like, right. So when the last one came out, it was me. What?
Did you like it? I've not watched the last one. I don't actually think I've watched any with The Rock in it. Surprisingly.
Can you please watch Fast and the Furious 5?
I need to. Yeah, I do want to.
That movie was sick. That movie was sick. Yeah. That's my favorite Fast and the Furious movie.
Every guy had a serious bromance, like of the Fast and Furious. So I'm just like, you man, do your thing. Cool. This is just like basically watching Midnight. Live action Midnight, you know what I mean? But yes, go ahead, go on.
I was gonna say, because me and my brother always like, this movie is basically just turning. They're like superheroes at this point, yeah. And then wait, and then my brother was like, he saw the last one before me, so I was like, I said something like, like is Vin Diesel flying yet, or something like that, or does he have super strength? And he texts me back saying no, but he's got a costume in this one.
Oh my god!
Because in the last movie he had a you'd have to see it. Like, it works for the movie. You'd have to see it. Okay. He was just wearing like these kind of black combat-y overalls, and it had a mask, and he had like anyway. So it was like, why is he dressed like a superhero? And now in this movie, Hobbs and Shaw. We have Idris Elba, the first in the franchise to have superhuman strength.
Wow.
Actual superhuman strength. And I'm like, what you do? Like, it's like, it's a ridiculous franchise, and they're just like, what can we do? We can't go any more ridiculous. Let's give them super strength.
The thing I didn't mind about it, like those exoskeletons that they have, right? It's kind of like that they made him super. Yeah. So I can kind of understand that. Like I said,
it does work. Yeah, it does work.
It does work, but
still,
I think if I've been watching them all, I'll probably feel away by it. But for me, I think it works.
It does work. But if you've watched enough, it just kind of, it's like, really, do you know what I mean? Having said that, because I love these characters, I really enjoyed the trailer. I love the dynamic between Jason Statham and Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah, yeah.
And there was one sick scene where they're about Idris Elba jumped out a window with a woman. And
as you do.
Yeah, then then The Rock is like, all right, we go on the count of 3. And okay, Jason Statham's like, okay, cool. And then he gets to 3. The Rock jumps, but Jason Statham, like, he gives him the finger, right, or something
Yeah.
And then he gets the lift, he gets the elevator.
Yeah.
Then The Rock's like,
no.
Wait, then he jumps out the window, grabs the guy who's like on a bungee or something, swings it into the lift,
smashing the windows,
smashing the window,
just cracking the glass a bit.
Yeah, that was a like I can't wait to see that scene.
Yeah, it does look good.
I think it looks like a good movie. Like Fast and Furious has only done me wrong one time, and that was with Tokyo Drift. And
we will not speak on that.
That's what stopped me from watching it. I think since then, I've kind of been, it's been hazy about
after
which
that.
one's which.
After Tokyo Drift, it's got really good. And Tokyo Drift, what was good, what they did with it is that it kind of coincides with the story now. So although it's the third movie, although it's the third movie, it's kind of like the like the 4th or 5th or something like that, chronologically. Yeah, time wise. So. But anyway, Hobbs and Shaw looks really, really good. Like, if you're a Fast and the Furious fan, there are people out there who are probably just thinking it's going to look ridiculous. But it does look ridiculous, but it looks like a lot of fun. It's going to be a fun movie. You're going to enjoy it.
Yeah, it looks enjoyable.
If you're not up for a good time and all of that, then you're not going to enjoy it. If you like boring in the sense that you just don't like to enjoy yourself in the cinema, then it's not for you.
No.
And also Final Fantasy, my days. Fast and the Furious 9. Fast and the Furious 9 has started shooting as well because they posted that on their Instagrams. The Rock.
Oh, really?
And Ludacris and Tyrese.
Are they getting to 10?
Are they all going to be in it though?
Apparently, Paul Walker wanted them to go to 10. So for Paul, they're going to go up for 10.
So
that's nice.
This Hobbs and Shaw doesn't count in the, even though it's part of the franchise, it doesn't count.
This is a spin-off. This is a total spin-off. So this is just like them getting up to whatever it is they're getting up to until they meet up again, if that makes sense. So I don't know if I have a feeling that they're gonna go MCU with it, and like at the end of this, end of this movie, there'll be like some secret trailer. You know what I mean? With like Vin Diesel popping up or Ludacris popping up, and it's gonna be like, what are you guys doing here? It's like, we need to put the team back together. And then Vin Diesel comes out of the shadows and it's like, don't you mean family?
Anyhow they use that line, I'm giving you £20 just on that basis.
Nice.
That's hilarious.
So that was Hobbs and Shaw.
Toy Story is back and Bo Peep is back. Bo Peep
but it's not the same Bo Peep.
I know, I was upset.
Bo Peep died, remember?
Upset.
He was smashed.
This is Bo Peep.
Little Bo Peep.
Toy Story.
Yeah.
Oh, the girl with the little thing.
Yeah, Woody's girlfriend.
Oh.
There's some new Bo Peep now.
She got smashed. I think she fell off the shelf. They didn't actually say. They didn't actually say, but you know she was made out of porcelain, so I think she smashed. Yeah. But she's back, or one of her sisters or whatever.
Yeah. I know.
The trailer looks alright. Buzz looks like he's going to spend the movie strapped up, like cable tied to a fence.
They're not working well.
Cable tied. Sorry, not strapped up, but like cable tied to a fence in a carnival game. But we'll see how that goes. It was only a few seconds worth, but it looks alright. It looks like they're going to be at a carnival, so it's something different because they've done the bedroom, they've done the toy store, they've done the nursery. I suppose the next one will be a carnival, which does kind of make sense. So should be fun.
It'll be good. So those are the trailers. Actually, one more. Jordan Peele's Us. That looks pretty good.
Oh my god, that
good. So
scares me. I have to go watch that with somebody because now I can't play I Got Five on it without thinking about this film.
That movie looks so dope. Oh my days.
I know.
Yeah, it looks good.
It looks good. I really want to know what the symbolism of the scissors is because it's like I'm ratting my brain out. I'm like, what is No, I'm excited. I'm excited for it. So
another trailer that came out a few weeks back was John Wick 3. You know I'm all about that John Wick.
Yeah, John Wick's sick, man.
Yeah, so let's move on anyway.
All right. So a couple of things. James Pratt is saying that Guardians of the Galaxy 3 will get made. Obviously, he said, I promise there'll be a third movie. I don't know exactly what that's going to look like, but I know everyone on board is just eager to give the fans what they want and wrap up a trilogy in a meaningful way. We're still circulating the city of Jericho, I like to say.
Look at that right there. Everyone on board. That doesn't suggest. That suggests to me that everybody isn't on board. Otherwise, he would just say everyone is.
I think just mold them into the MCU universe in the different films, and then just there we go. It's part ways and do what you're doing. But we ain't gonna get a movie. No.
I think we probably will, but I'd probably say I don't know, man.
I think it's time for Sylvester Stallone, Michelle Yeoh. Who else was it? And all those others to be the stars.
What's his name? Lex Luthor from Smallville. I forgot his name. He's quite funny. Yeah.
Michael Rosenbaum.
Yeah.
Was he one of them?
Yeah, he was one of them. He was what was his name?
But anyways, it's time to bring them up front. I'll be down for that movie.
Yeah,
down for that movie. So Michael Rosenbaum, Wally West. And you know he almost died in that cartoon as well. Like, what are you doing to Wally West?
I feel like you need to open a GoFundMe. I swear. I mean,
I just don't understand why the best speedster in DC Comics has to keep dying. Like,
that's his thing. That's his thing. He always dies, man. So anyway, speaking of not dying, James Gunn. The Suicide Squad is scheduled for August 6, 2021. So it's like, when did we say Batman was coming out?
2021.
2021. Yeah.
And I think 2021 is going to be quite a good year for DC, I reckon.
Well, let's not get too
hasty.
Yeah. They're releasing some movies in 2021 officially.
Yeah.
But let's not start, praising them just yet. They've got a lot to fix.
Yeah. And James Gunn's got a lot to kind of clean up.
And the thing is, they're not like Marvel where they can just fix the universe. Like they got some things to clean up.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. There's just a lot that needs to be done.
There's a lot to go. There's a lot to do.
There's a lot to do.
He's actually going to be writing it, and he's in negotiations to direct the film, which is actually said that it's not actually being labeled as a direct sequel, but has a relaunch.
Okay, I like relaunch. That seems good.
it doesn't mean anything. Relaunch, sequel,
reboot.
Reboot. What? Okay. So I mean, we've got Suicide Squad. We've got the Batman. What was the other one that's coming out?
Joker.
Joker. Is that in 2021 though?
No, but
no, that one's
the
end of this year.
What's the other one with the girls? Birds of Prey.
Birds of Prey.
Birds of Prey.
Birds of Harley.
Which isn't Birds of Prey. It's Harley Quinn featuring some.
Wasn't there supposed to be another film with Harley Quinn? And
there was. There was supposed to be Harley Quinn and the Joker.
No, it was Harley Quinn and the
Gotham City Sirens.
That's it. Yeah. And then it's like not Gotham City Sirens anymore. It's Harley Quinn and Birds of Prey. What are that?
I just I'm done. They don't know what they're doing. Do you know? I was actually looking up because I felt like I wanted to see Aquaman this weekend, but there's nowhere showing it. So
you've not seen it yet?
Nah, but I feel like that was.
You'll enjoy it, man. You definitely.
No, I know
enjoy
I
it.
will. I know I will. Because I think it's a shame that it's in a universe, in a movie universe that's just that Wonder Woman is in a movie universe that's just so bad.
Yeah,
it's
but
just
to be fair, Man of Steel is a lot better than Wonder Woman. So
really,
yeah, in my opinion,
all three of them. Well, I haven't seen Aquaman, but Man of Steel was a really good movie, and that I kind of agree with you in the sense that that was a really good jumping off point. Man of Steel, it was so good. It had so much potential.
Yeah.
I think I said this last week when I was like seeing all the Easter eggs for what's to come. They had Supergirl's pod. They had Wayne Corp stuff and Lex Luthor Corp and all these Easter eggs. And I was like, I can't wait. Do you know what I mean? And
But oh well. So
mad tangents over here, but that's what we do.
Well, the last bit we can kind of go on a mad tangent. We've been going on for more than an hour and 10 anyway, but this one's pretty interesting because it's kind of a lot that's going on. So Brian Michael Bendis tweeted that there's still work going. He's still doing things on the Kitty Pryde solo story.
Okay.
We've got another story that says Fox Marvel movies are on hold.
Okay.
Another story that says R-rated movie is still a thing in Disney, so they will be doing R-rated Deadpool movies.
Call it Disney Dark.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And also, Legion is going to be showing its final season.
Woohoo! If you haven't watched Legion, I do not know what is going on.
I've watched it, I just didn't finish it.
Legion,
episode and a half.
Oh,
fell asleep.
And someone's been cast as Professor X in Legion.
Yeah.
But
wait, in what? In Legion?
Yeah. But let's go back to Brian Michael Bendis. So basically, he tweeted out.
Okay.
So where is it? He's still working on an unspecified X-Men film through Disney's buyout of 21st Century Fox. It's unclear which one it is. But he says, yeah, I'm working on it right now. He tweeted in a response to a response to a fan asking if he's working on the Kitty Pryde, and he said it's very surreal and delightful to be so deep inside the X Mansion and the Forest of Solitude at the same time.
Okay.
So yeah, apparently he's still working on a project
movie.
It's a project, but it was previously reported that it was Kitty Pryde. So
he's probably like gassing us. It's probably like an animated movie. Like, don't gas us.
It could be. It could be.
Yeah, getting everyone excited.
I know. I'm trying not to get too invested because I'm like,
yeah.
Okay. Next one.
Next one. Lauren Schuler Donner confirmed. Basically, she was talking to Collider's Christian Radish, and she confirmed that Fox movies are on hold and that she wants the X-Men franchise to evolve.
She's gassing as well. I watched something earlier as well. They're done. Like the X-Men movie, the Fox movies are done.
Yeah, so basically, if you haven't heard as well, there was some news about they wanting to cast a new Wolverine as well. So
yeah, I heard that.
Basically, it seems like everything that Fox has been doing is everything that's done or in the middle of doing is going to be done.
It's done. There's even talks of New Mutants being put on Hulu.
Oh, really?
And, yeah, they may not even release it theatrically. They may just
Thank
Hulu.
God. Oh,
I mean, I am looking forward. Well, I say looking forward. I just want them to get over and done with.
Yeah.
And see what happens. All I'm waiting for is to see whether there's an end sequence of a world being destroyed or a different universe being created and everyone disappears and then bam, that's how they get into the Marvel MCU.
Well, at the end of these movies, you mean?
Yeah, at the end of these
They're
movies.
not going to do that.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
The things that they should do,
that's my ultimate dream for them to do. Like just like destroyed or.
The thing is, if it was me or even you, if you know that this whole merger was going on, I would go out with such a bang. I would make the last movie just. Even if you only had to do references to the MCU, but you can't actually say it because of contracts and whatever. I was going out with a bang. They would just, boy.
Yeah. I mean, like Dark Phoenix, they were talking about early on. They were talking about being scroll. There being scrolls in there and it being out in space and things like that. Like that kind of would have been sick. If that was to happen, but now it just seems like it's none of that. And the screenings, people were saying it's shit. So
it's probably shit because from what I watched from that one trailer, I don't know if there's any other trailers that's been released since then. If there are, maybe I'll look at it. But that one trailer I saw looked like X-Men Last Stand. I've seen X-Men Last Stand.
Yep.
And the fact there was the same guy involved with it, I'm like,
bun that.
Fresh eyes, man. Fresh eyes. So why would you get the same guy? Yeah, for real though.
Variety is reporting that in the call with investors, Disney chairman and CEO Bob Iger said that Disney will continue to make R-rated Deadpool movies and other adult-orientated Marvel movies after it absorbs much of Fox. So,
well, you're gonna have to, seeing as you're getting Fox and you're getting Family Guy and all that stuff, because you can't censor down Family Guy and American Dad, can you?
No, you can't.
Oh yeah.
Last one is so Legion is ending, but Noah, what's his name? Noah Hawley Noah Hawley said that was actually his plan to do 3 seasons.
That's what they all say.
So during the TC press tour on Monday, the 4th of February, FX boss John Landgraf broke the news to reporters that series Noah Hawley intends to wrap up the show this June. He said Noah Hawley had always considered Legion to be a 3-season show, and he has confirmed that he's going to stick with his plan. This will be the final season. Also, Noah Hawley is pleased to announce 2 guest casting for the final year of Legion. Stephanie Cornelissen will play.
Call her Stephanie. I call her Heffany. Sorry.
She will be playing David's mother, Gabrielle, and Harry Lloyd will be playing Professor Xavier.
Hang on, there's actually a man out there called Harry Lloyd.
Harry Lloyd.
So like from Dumb and Dumber.
No, like from Game of Thrones. Harry Lloyd.
Yeah.
Harry and Lloyd.
Yeah.
Harry and Lloyd.
So Harry Lloyd played Viserys in Game of Thrones. Viserys is Daenerys' brother, the guy that what was it?
With the crown.
Yeah, melted crown. Yep.
They're getting him to play Xavier.
Yeah.
All right.
They're both about 35 years. Well, what's her name again? Stephanie is 31. Lloyd is 35. David Holler is Dan Stevens, who plays David Holler. He's 36. So obviously it's going to be
time thing.
Yeah.
I was going to say, because I thought this was officially where they're saying no, it's not connected to the Fox universe, because they said it was, which would mean Patrick Stewart has to be Xavier.
Yeah, I mean, Legion has been really good.
Having said that, what's his name should be Xavier. In fact, what's his name? Yeah, he's 30 something, isn't he? What's his name?
Oh, from the film. From the movie.
Yeah. This is where they screw it up.
The guy who's in Glass.
Yeah, the guy from Glass. From
something. Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, he should be Xavier, shouldn't he?
Yeah.
But whatever. This is what I don't like. This whole.
Well, maybe this.
This is connected to the movie unit. No, it's not.
I don't think they actually said that.
I swear they did.
I wish it was, because then it makes sense. And it's, you know what I was saying before about Legion is that obviously we weren't sure whether or not they were gonna get X-Men or but this would have been a nice, like, you know, that whole new thing coming in of like we needed new mutants, whatever kind of thing. You could have had a whole bunch of new ones from a different, you know, quantum verse. You know what I mean? So, but I don't know. But Legion is so good.
This Legion and the Gifted is in association with Marvel Television, which is done by Jeff Loeb, who also does obviously Agents of Shields. What's the other? Luke Cage. All of those ones.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it kind of could be part of the same universe. And to be fair, the Gifted isn't that bad either. And Legion is really, like, for me as well.
Legion's the best.
Yeah, Legion has been really good. So, I mean, if they could, I think they can slip those two and Deadpool into the Marvel universe without it being a bit weird.
Yeah.
All right, what's next?
That's it.
That's it.
That is
we did. Are we done?
We're done.
All right. Well, guess I'll go play Kingdom Hearts.
You go play Game of Hearts and eat some food. Thank you for joining us, people. If you've been in the chat, thanks. And if not, if you've been that ghost listening, thank you very much. It's been our Saucewall on Wednesday. You know what to do. Like, comment, share. I said comic, you know. Okay, that's gonna be a thing. Like, comic, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, everyone.
Appreciate you.
Don't forget to bring a sandwich next time you come.
Bring a sandwich.
Bye.
Yes.